Siberian was nominated for a Juno Award in the Pop Album of the Year category, and it's actually April 1st, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're getting geared up for that?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's going to be super fun. It's amazing that they recognize it in that category. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a really different sounding record, and it's really cool that they can still see it as one, you know.
You actually won Best New Artist at 2009 Juno Awards. And then also you got engaged this past August. Tell us about that a little bit.
all your details.
I do.
It's exciting. It's really crazy. I mean, it's a whole new page, and when you're touring all the time, it's very hard to try to balance both, but it keeps you grounded and keeps you always knowing what's important. You know, relationships. I always feel like at the end of the day, when the apocalypse comes and there's zombies or whatever, or fire, either or, whatever remains is going to be our relationships. Like everything that can burn down doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's those things that.
So when you're on tour, you're having to plan for this wedding. You know, it's happening soon. I'm guessing it's happening soon. So how are you planning it while you're on the road? I mean, my sister's actually getting married in September, and it's intense. And with you being on tour, I mean, I would think it'd be even more intense.
You gotta look at it like the only people that really care about your wedding is you and your husband and your so you just approach it like that. Like, this is we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. You don't take it too seriously. You don't have to be too traditional, and just have a good time. You know, it's just like anything. I'm not an excessive extreme person, so my wedding will be like this.
I got you. So let's ask you some personal questions. Not really personal, but just individual questions. Who's your musical inspiration?
It comes from a couple places. I mean, the first of them probably being my dad. He taught me how to play by ear from a young age, and that kind of gave me the instincts that I have now. And I don't claim to know a ton of theory. I basically just write what I think feels good. So that's kind of where my songs come from, and I owe my dad for that, for sure.
Okay. What was the first CD that you bought?
It was this Christian electro band called Raise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was probably like 9. Oh, and then there was like 5 Celine Dion albums from Columbia House.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that's good. If you could pick any venue to play in, what would it be?
Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
The ACC.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. What are you most proud of in your career?
That's a hard one. I mean, my career is a series of triumphs. It's a series of small triumphs, and there's never been one defining moment. It's always just been like this nice, comfortable trajectory, and I feel really blessed to have that. I mean, it's never blown up, but it's always going up, and then you grow comfortable and you grow in your own skin. You know how like hermit crabs have to shed their shell and find a new one? I have to do that. My shell's growing with me at my own pace.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so yeah, I mean, there's been all these little moments along the way that make it really special. Like from the Juno to, you know, doing every time we play in Toronto, the show gets a little bit bigger, and it kind of sets the bar for the next level of touring. And our last Toronto show was awesome. So it's like little things like that just make you stoked. And every time you see a really positive review online, that's another little triumph. So you know you're doing well.
Yeah. If you could collaborate with any artist, not one that you've collaborated with before, but just any artist, any name, what would you collaborate with?
Probably Clyde Caldwell. He's like a fantasy artist.
Okay.
And I would probably have to find some way to do something with him, like a short film to my song Day One, which is like a 9-minute instrumental end of the record.
That's cool.
You know, I think that's something, I don't know, it's nice to think out of the box sometimes, and his art really influenced the record, and he does like sort of dark fantasy art. He does stuff for Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and stuff, and it takes you to another world. That's why I like painting, and that's why I like comics and things like that, and that's why I like music. It's like an escape, it's a cheap vacation, and that his art book really inspired a lot of the places I went when I was writing lyrics.
Yeah. So, speaking of collaborations, you are collaborating with deadmau5 at the Juno Awards. How did that come to be?
Fellow Canadian. He's from. You know, it's kind of funny. One of the guys. This is bringing our story back. We were talking about how some of the songs on the record were written here in Nashville, and I was with a guy named Dave Thompson, who is also from Niagara Falls, who was one of the first people I started writing with 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So we've been writing for years, and now he lives down here, so we came and writing. He grew up with deadmau5.
Oh.
And in Niagara Falls. So they're friends, and he kind of introduced us inadvertently through Twitter. I still not met deadmau5, but I'm excited to.
Yeah.
And I had kind of intended to do a collaboration for a long time, so I'm excited.
So when are you guys gonna get together to just like practice? Like
not the day before.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for sitting down the interview with us, and thank you for watching on cookfultimes.com. You can check her out on Facebook, on Twitter, on MySpace. I'm sure you're on there, and also her official website as well. Light, thank you once again.